Do you then see this current pandemic, this crisis, as an opportunity for education?
I do. I mean, obviously, obviously it's been a threat, and it's been a big setback for education across the world. There's 3 stages psychologically that is a pattern in these things. The first is disbelief. I can't believe this happening. I never thought they'd do this. I just can't believe it's happening. And that we've all heard people. And then the second one is accommodation. You think, it has really happened. We've got to live with it. We've got to find a way of living it. And you can see that, by the way, around the world now with the pandemic. But then the third one is repositioning, strategically rethinking. What are the opportunities in this new situation? You've got to go through the disbelief, because it is, the pandemic. At the beginning, people think, God, this is unimaginable. And then you say, it's going to be really difficult. We've got to do lockdown. It's going to be horrible. We've just got to get on with it. And then you begin to think, well, what are the opportunities here? We've got much better at using technology in education. Instead of just seeing it as a kind of default when we can't do face-to-face, what are the opportunities to make that really work for every student? We've learned that if you don't think about it, digital poverty will prevent some children learning. So how do we address that? So you start asking big strategic questions, and then suddenly there are opportunities.
If you were sitting with an education minister today, and he was asking, Michael, what do I need to do to ready my education system to succeed through this COVID-19 pandemic and create opportunities for kids, both at the mainstream and at the margins? What advice would you give?
Let's remember the mission is everybody achieves high standards, including children in remote areas, in war-torn areas, in areas of high poverty from families with huge multiple challenges. There's a mindset thing. So that'd be the first thing I'd check with the minister. Don't let the crisis overwhelm you or distract you from the mission, because that is your mission. And then secondly, begin to make sure your delivery system works. But are there some lessons from the pandemic that you can actually improve it? Can you improve the system now? Have you learned more about how to use technology beneficially? Have you got closer relationships between teachers and parents and families? Could you build that? And there's no education reform anywhere in the world that doesn't involve systematic, detailed delivery and implementation, grit, determination, getting on with the job, attention to detail. All of this is important. When you look at the challenges ahead, it's easy to get fearful. And I think the thing I'd want to emphasize is it's up to us. Human agency can determine these things. The power is in our hands. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world, education is the beginning of empowering people, and empowered people will always be able to make the world a better place.